Happy hump day. Happy hump day, everybody. How are you guys doing? It's Wednesday. Wait, today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, today's Wednesday. You guys, I'm so excited. I got like some new bedroom furniture. So we went to, I went to Kane's Furniture because I was looking for, my husband's creating a man cave in the 4th bedroom. And so it was like a guest bedroom, but like nobody ever sleeps here, like every once in a while, like not enough to make it a whole like unusable bedroom. So we took out all of the things out of that room and we created we went to Kane's to get, we were looking for a couch that's like, we wanted something that's a pull-out couch, like a sleeper sofa, but not like, oh, thank you, Amy. I got one of the beach wavers and I really like it. And it goes bzzz and circles around. I really like it. I don't like the hairspray stuff that it came with. Anyways, we were looking for a couch to put in the bedroom so that my husband can hang out in there. He'll never hang out in there ever. But I wanted to make him like a car room and give him a place for all of his car stuff so that, cause like he's a dude, like he wants his space too, right? Which like, it's not that he doesn't have that, but anyways, so we were looking for a couch to go in there. So we found one that's like a 3-seater couch, like a regular sofa. And on one side, it's like a chase lounge. So seat, chase lounge. And then you pull out the trundle underneath the couch and it pops up. And so now it's like a full-size bed. And so if somebody stays the night, they can make do with like a full-size bed. It's fine. So I'm really excited to have more room in there. And I'm really excited to have that area for him. And it's right across from my office. And I was like, babe, whenever I'm working in my office, you can just be up in your man cave and we can hang out together. And he's like, why are you so obsessed with me? And I'm like, it's fine. Don't judge me. We found that couch at Kane's. Well, while I was there, I was looking, I was like, when we moved into this house, our bedroom was painted dark gray and we have like all black furniture. Like that's our aesthetic. We just love the black and then whatever. And so it's dark gray. It's all black. The windows aren't huge. So there's not a lot of like natural light. So I was like, it was just so dark. So we've lived here 5 years and I've always been like toying with the idea of like putting white furniture, which has never been my thing, but because I feel like the white furniture always makes it a little bit more nautical than anything. So anyways, I was worried about doing that, but anyway, so I got the white furniture and today they delivered the bed and the nightstands, which I'm really excited about. And already like it feels so much lighter in there, even with the dark walls, like it looks really pretty. So I'm really excited to get the 2 dressers and the armoire and all that. And then I'm going to replace my black vanity with a white one. So everything will be white in there, but the walls are still dark. And then I want like the pops of black and it's going to be really cool. So I'm really excited for that. So that's what I did today. So it was really fun. And we were shopping for mattresses and like we were, laying on the different mattresses or whatever. And I found this one and I was like, oh, I like this. And then the guy was like, but let me show you this. And like lifts the mattress up. And so I'm playing with it. So I'm going up here and up on the feet. I'm like, it's adjustable. And my husband's like, we don't need an adjustable mattress. And I'm like, no one needs an adjustable freaking mattress. Like, we're going to get it and play on it. And so now I have an adjustable mattress. I've never had an adjustable. Don't know if I need no damn adjustable mattress, but I had to get one because me and my son, like, of course we're going to play on it. And I can just see my son, bzz, bzz, like, it's all the live long day. It's going to be really fun. You got a serious collection of watches. Shannon, the watches always fit. The shoes always fit, the purses always fit, and the watches always fit, and the jewelry always fits. The clothes don't always fit, but the watches do. So I really love the Invicta watches. I love the Invicta. I love that they're big and they're bulky and they're kind of chunky and funky. And so that's kind of my style. So I'm a collector. So I have like 60 or 70 watches. Anyway, so I was just invited by Invicta to do like a collector's show. So they want me to come, so if anybody's in Tampa, I think it's on June 1st, and they'll set me up like you set up a little station and you can kind of display your watches or whatever, just for funsies, just because I like the brand and I don't know, it's fun. So yeah, so I love my watches and I don't know. I do. Hey Daryl, it's so good to see you always. Yeah, the Invicta watches are really, really nice. I really, really love them. So anyways, you guys, I have a video that I want to post today. So the pictures from the Mexico trip that I was just on, the professional pictures came back. So when we were in Mexico for a week, there's always these 2 photographers, Trevor, I think his name Trevor. Yeah. Trevor and Malia. And they always come on every single Saint trip and they took all these pictures. Well, we got the pictures back, right? So I saw the pictures and they had a video of the whole trip. So they had like drones and like really cool, like videography, whatever. So they have, and so anyways, I'm sharing that video tonight. I'm going to post it so you can see. And, what was my point? Oh, and so it made me remember what I wanted to show you guys. So when I first saw this Saint makeup, remember, I've been doing surveillance for 18 years. I need you to keep that in your head. I do surveillance, which means I sit in a dark car, blacked out by myself for 4, 8, 16, 24 hours, like hours and hours and hours, isolated by myself. So after 18 years of doing that, I became a little depressed, lonely, sad. My brain fires on like all cylinders, right? At all times, no coffee. Like this is just baseline. And so I found myself getting really sad and depressed, and I was in a very, very dark place. And anyway, so when I started, I got into makeup because I was like, it was just something that like I wanted to do. I was bored. You're bored on surveillance. It is literally boring. Everybody's like, how do you be a PI? And I'm like, don't do it. It's boring, but also do it because it's really cool. Anyways, so I would watch tutorials, and on Instagram and on Facebook and all the TikTok, all the things, I would see these Saint artists doing this Saint makeup. And I was like, that is literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen. No one does makeup like that. And what I realized was that the same ladies that I was on this Saint trip with, hey, Mackenzie, I love your name. That's my name. The same ladies that I was on this Saint trip with are some of the same ladies that inspired me 2 years ago when I started with Saint on accident. And what I realized was that these ladies didn't even know I existed. Like they didn't know that there was a girl out there who was like really sad and lonely and just needed someone to connect with, right? So when I accidentally signed up with I call it direct sales, but what I called a pyramid scheme. When I accidentally signed up with a pyramid scheme, that's what I thought it was. I thought I had broken the law. Like I told my husband we have to flee to Mexico. I just watched the LuLaRoe documentary on Netflix, and I was like, we are felons. We are going to jail. And so anyways, once I figured out what I had done, I was like, oh crap, I didn't just buy makeup. Like I signed up to do this thing. And so, anyways, I was like, this is so dumb, but I'm going to try it. And so I realized why those women kept showing up. And it was because the way that you connect with these other women, I've never had like girlfriends before. Remember, 18 years in my jail cell, I call it, sitting in a dark car, just watching other people, but no one could make fun of me there. I grew up my whole life. I was never pretty enough, and everybody made sure I knew it, right? Ugly fat girl. That's what people always call me my whole life. I was either ugly or fat or whatever, not good enough, whatever. And so when I was isolated in my car, no one could make fun of me. And so I enjoyed it. I did it for 18 years. Anyway, so now I'm slinging this Saint makeup, which I didn't mean to sign up for, but the Lord knows what he's doing more than I do. And so that's why I've always shown up with this stuff. And so that's why that video from Mexico is really, really cool. And I want to share it with you guys because that's like, it was like, those are the same women that I showed up and I said, that makeup is so stupid. Like, that's so dumb. Nobody does that. Exactly. Thank you, Jen. You got to show up because you never know who you're inspiring. Have you had a glow up? I lost 140 pounds. And so I lost a little bit of weight, and I just kind of came into my own a little bit, and it's because of the women that I didn't realize I could inspire. And so those women that were showing up that I was watching, that they had no idea I existed, they showed up for the woman that they had no idea existed. And so I started showing up for, I didn't know these people like really cared about this makeup or what I was doing or my story or my life or anything. And so it's just really cool that whenever you show up for others, you start to find a little bit more of yourself. And so it just goes to show you that the more you give to others, the more you kind of get back. And it's really true. And whether you're a Christ follower or not, like whether you're religious or not, karma, universe, God, call it whatever it is, it always comes back to you. So anyways, so that's why I'm here, and I want to show you why I thought this makeup was stupid. So if you're new here, by the way, my name is Mackenzie. I'm a private investigator, and I am also a Saint artist, which means I sell this makeup, I color match you, and I help you build these. These are little magnetic palettes, and they, like, this is a magnet right here. These are little magnetic tins. This tells you the color, and you just pop it in, and they're magnetized. It's cool. So anyways, I want to show you how they were doing this stupid makeup that I was like, that's the dumbest thing ever. And now I'm doing it myself, and now I'm one of those idiots, and I'm proud of it. Okay. So this is the smudge brush. You guys usually see me using a bigger brush to apply like, you know, my foundation or whatever. But I'm going to apply this in my main like foundation is 3 different colors and I'm going to apply it in 3 steps. So I want to show you what those steps are. I thought I was too stupid to not look dumb after applying. And how do you feel now? That's what everybody thinks because the influencers out there are like, you know, I think a lot of people forget to kind of, they show the makeup, how they do it, but they don't teach like how you can apply the makeup in a way that like, you know, that is doable. And so that's what I love about this makeup is it's easy. So I'm going to use this smudge brush, right? You can use this as an eyeshadow brush, like a color for whatever you want. I'm going to use this to apply my makeup. So prove it wrong. Thank you. I love that. When I apply my I'm going to start with my contour, darkest shade first. It's not scary. And I'm going to show you. So I find my contour line. So the contour goes under your cheekbone. So you can feel it on your face where you have that bone. And then underneath it, a good way to find it is take your brush, rub it on top, but go under. So wherever it starts to sink in right there, that's where your contour goes because you want to go under the cheekbone and lift it up. So you want to give your cheekbone a shelf to sit on basically with that contour. So if you can take your brush, roll it over that cheekbone and down into that hollow, that's where the contour goes. Not scary. So I kind of dug into my contour a little bit. And I'm going to find that area and I'm just going to draw a line. And I want to show you how freaking easy this is and it's not scary. Okay. So same thing on this side. Find that. I know where mine is. And once you find yours, then it's just muscle memory. And then you don't really, it's just easy from there. Okay. So these 2 lines, they look super scary. So we're kind of like cutting our face in half. You can go down further with this line and make it, make your face appear a little bit longer, or you can cut across more horizontally, which will make your face look a little bit more round. So if your face is really long and slender and you want it to look a little bit more full, come across. If you want it to look longer, pull it down, slim it down, right? So fun things you can do with contour, but to get started, just find that hollow and just put that contour there. This is the best tutorial you'll ever get in your life because I'm an oversharer. Okay, so this contour, which contour am I using? I'm using olive. So this is the color olive, okay? So my contour goes here in these hollows. I just use a highlight shade today just to get rid of some redness, and it always brightens without being caked on. That and the lip colors are great. Yes, thank you for sharing that because it really is. It's not cakey at all. Like it melts into your skin really beautifully. Okay, so contour, I put it here along my hairline. The reason I if you have a shorter forehead, like if you have very little space between your eyebrows and your hairline, you probably don't need contours. Nobody needs contour, but it really makes an impact on the shape of your face. And it can really give you like dimension, which is the whole idea, hence 3D foundation. So it'll give you dimension. It'll give you a little bit of shape and you can kind of like, thank you, Shannon. It can kind of give you the cheekbones that the Lord forgot to give you. I've really been giving him a hard time about that. He forgot my cheekbones. Anyways, so a really quick tip also, if you are someone who likes to contour, but you want a little bit more lift, take this line that I showed you, start here at the point, and you're going to go up in a triangle. Boop, like that. I know it looks silly, but I'm horrible at makeup and I have 2 preteen girls, so I need all the help. Oh, girl, I got you. And I like, one thing that I like about this makeup too is when we're, like, do you guys remember in 8th grade? Like, I was born in 84. So in 8th grade, like, we were taught to slather the makeup. We had the line or else it didn't count and, like, it didn't blend well and it was very dry and very weird, but we were cool, right? Now, this makeup allows women or young girls to wear this makeup in a way that's not cakey. So it teaches them that, like, you know, less is more. Like, you don't need a lot of makeup. Hey, Maggie! Okay, so start at the point and we're going to make a triangle. This is going to lift, okay? So, and then you can just, like, just a little bit kind of like fill that in or whatever. So this is actually a new contour hack that I learned and I was like, oh, that would be too hard to show someone. But when you break it down, especially with a small brush like this, you can see triangle here. So under the cheekbone, triangle up to temple, under the cheekbone, triangle up to temple, and then a rainbow over, like right with your, like right at your hairline, right against the hairline. And also if you have mature skin or you're someone who's older and you have lines, wrinkles, texture, this is the makeup to use. I know it sounds counterproductive because you're like, cream, that's going to settle in my lines. No, it doesn't. The reason is because it is so highly pigmented that you need very, very little, first of all. But second of all, this has no alcohol in it. So that means it's not going to go on your face like a liquid and then evaporate, just leaving you with the pigment. This is going to continually move with your skin. So it can't settle, like it's constantly moving. So when you're doing this and all these lines are happening and you're whatever, it's not settling in there. It's just moving with your skin. So really, really great for any age, any skin tone. Oh, yes, a little bit goes a very long way. Thank you, Sonia. Okay, so still with my contour, you see how I'm facing the light directly? And you can see these natural lines that are created by the light. You can see the bright here and the dark here, right? I just want to enhance that. So I love this makeup because it does not cake and you don't wear it like a mask. I wore makeup as a mask for years because I wanted to, my makeup was flawless all the time. My makeup, because that was the one thing everybody said I was good at and they always complimented it. So I got good at the makeup. This just helps you enhance it. So when you want to enhance those shadows, I want it to be so that if I'm not looking directly at the light, that shadow is still there. So that's what I'm going to use my makeup for. And I'm going to use these dark lines that already exist with no makeup. And I want to lightly enhance them. And I'm going to bring that contour just inside of those lines a little bit. Not hard. Look how I'm barely touching my skin with my contour on the inside of that naturally occurring line. And look how skinny I made my nose. And it's not that my nose is really not really thick or wide or anything, but I like the look of the structure. And I think it just adds a really nice touch if you want to do that. You don't have to. Totally up to you. If you don't want to contour at all, by all means don't. But if you're interested in contouring, I can help teach you. I'll learn you all the things. So that contour shade is just, and then I kind of create a little button here by coming under. So you see that really skinny line right there? Now it just looks a little bit more enhanced, right? Okay, and then the other place I put my contour is right here. Excuse me. I drank a protein shake earlier and then I drank bubble water. And so I've always got the burpees, I'm sorry. So okay, the contour under here, someone commented today, she said, I don't understand why you put the dark around your mouth. Here's why. I do it. Number one, it's always preference. Do whatever you want. My first response is because I want to. My second response is what happens is when you use that cool gray ashy contour, you're enhancing the appearance of shadows. So you're creating shadows on your face. So even when I'm away from the light, you can still see that those shadows are still there. And so my face looks like it actually has a shape. Okay. So there's the first step is my contour. So under the cheekbone to kind of give the cheekbone a shelf to sit on. So see how it follows that all the way up. You can follow that natural shadow all the way up, or you can create your own. If you want your face to appear a little bit different, you can kind of change the shape of the whatever. And then I do the triangle up because it gives me a lift. I'm going to be 40 this year. So I'm wanting that youthful lifted look. So this will help me obtain that. So I'm going to blend this by itself first instead of doing all three shades. So this is my contour shade. So if you comment match or text me or whatever, or you can comment match here and it'll send my color match link, I think. Whenever I color match you to contour, a brightening highlight, and a foundation shade. So I'm going to show you. So I want to use where's my 3D brush? Oh, there it is. Okay. When I blend my makeup, here's why it's not scary. This makeup is cream. It is going to melt into my skin. And I'm not pressing and swirling and dragging. Your skin should never move. So whenever I'm blending, I'm tapping in and then blending up to Jesus. So I'm kind of taking that dark color and pressing it in and just pull it up a little bit. But you notice I'm not pressing into my face and my skin isn't moving. This is going to make a huge difference in your makeup application when you just trust the brushes. And I think that a lot of times where influencers have missed the mark when it comes to showing makeup is they don't show the technique. They say, oh, I use this color and I'm going to use this color, mix it with this color, and I'm just going to put it on my eyes. But I feel like in my experience watching tutorials, there's not a lot of like step-by-step details on how to apply it, how to use your brushes. And I think that's where I can really, really help you learn the makeup, but also feel confident in it. And that's what's missing, is the confidence that you can do it. So many women, you see them, their comments here, they say, well, I don't know how to do makeup. And these women are like 30, 40, 50 years old, like, and you don't know how to do makeup because it wasn't like, it's not, you don't know what you don't know. So whenever I'm applying my makeup, whenever I'm blending it, I'm just lightly tapping. This makeup looks really scary because it's dark, but once it's blended into the skin, it's not as dark. So where it looks really dark here, it's not super dark. So as you continue to blend it, it just kind of shears out a little bit. So if you trust me and trust the process, you'll see that the heat from your skin kind of softens the makeup, and it's really, really beautiful and just kind of melts in, right? So I'm just lightly like, look, if I hold it any lighter, I'm going to drop it, right? Super, super light. Like the heavy hand has to go. So I'm just kind of sweeping up to Jesus, up to Jesus. If you blend this contour down, it's going to pull your face down because it's going to give that appearance of like that shadow. And as we get older, we already start to lose that lifted appearance, right? So this is a great way to just kind of enhance. So if you say, I don't want to contour, try it. Try it. And like literally, you will see if you do exactly as I'm showing you, you'll be like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, I love you back. Have you tried, I just want to know if you tried this makeup. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Do you try this makeup? This makeup, I call it makeup for dummies because it really is. Okay, so little by little, I'm just tapping this makeup in, okay? So see how I've already created shape on my face. I have not applied any foundation, like a traditional like foundation color. I've only applied that dark contour and tapped it in. Super, super easy. Anybody can do that. And we'll buy your makeup. Oh my gosh, are you going to be 40 this year or did you just turn 39? Are you an 84 baby? I'm an 84 baby. My birthday's July 4th. So July 4th, I'm going to be 40. I'm kind of excited about it. Yeah, look how lifty it is. It's very lifty. And then this contour on my nose, we're just lightly pressing. And I think what happens is we get scared of the contour because you see it on your face and your instant reaction is to go, oh God, no, wipe it off. But if you just kind of tap all around, you'll see. Nail Junkie 615. Hello. You guys, that's the one. She's the one who does my custom press-ons. Tiffany, I need more of these, by the way. The bows. She custom designs press-on nails, any shape, any size, any color, any style, any whatever. Just like brain dump your ideas to her and she will create whatever you want. And you can just tell her, say Mackenzie sent me and she'll give you the freedom discount. Okay, so I have only applied that contour to my face and look how much dimension I have already, okay? It's Nail Junkie! That's Tiffany, she's my favorite. Okay, now I'm going to apply the lightest shade. So I'm a lesbian, so I can't get custom nails. You know what's funny is that the producer of my podcast, she gets custom press-ons and she's like, I just need these two short. And so she gets these two short. And she, she'll tell you when she goes to get to the nail salon and, when she tells them I want these two shorter, the nail salon people are like, I don't get it. Like, why? And she's like, that's just what I want. So, okay, I did the darkest shade, so the darkest color on my face. Now I'm going to do the lightest color. Darkest goes on the outside, just like your eyeshadow. Lightest goes on the inside, just like your eyeshadow. So I'm using the other end of my brush and I'm going to tap into my super light, we call this concealer shade, like in the makeup world, right? at Saint, it's your brightening highlight. So your main highlight, your brightening highlight. So kind of like what does lesbian have anything to do with it? Do you know how lesbian sex works? I just wondering, just asking for myself. Oh, Heather, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, family show. So anyways, brightest color, and I'm not getting a whole lot. It's very, very little, very light, just the top of your makeup. You do not need to get a whole lot. A little bit will go a long way. Do you see how the light is hitting? Tiffany, you can get nails, but I mean, you gotta kind of calm down a little bit. You know what I mean? I got my Saint order in today, and my 3-year-old put some of the makeup on, played in the pool for 2 hours, and it's still on her breath. I'm telling you, I think we're not allowed to say it's waterproof. So no, it's not waterproof. I'm telling you. Okay, I got my brightening highlight on the tips of my bristles. Now I'm going to apply it right here where the light is hitting me, and you see where the light is naturally creating this brightness right here. I'm just enhancing it. I'm not doing anything extra than what the light is already naturally doing. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this right here, a little bit right here. And you notice I'm not putting it in this bag area, like I'm not jamming it into my eyeballs. I'm staying outside the bag line, down by my nose. So that's a great tip. Corner of the eye, down the nose, and then under the bag line. And I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so then a little bit here. Think palm tree, okay? The trunk of the tree is literally straight down the face. If you can remember this, then you won't have to look ridiculous when you do your makeup in the future, but this is a nice way to remember it. Palm tree. Here's the leaves, right? The trunk of the tree, and then the coconuts, whatever. So anyways, yes, Scuba Steve. Did you guys see my Scuba Steve video? Inside your goggles is bright. And look, when I put my goggles on, look what's bright. Inside your goggles is bright. Outside your goggles is the dark. Right? And then where the goggles sit is your bronzer. So we'll get there in a minute. Okay, so now I have my darkest shade, which is my contour, my lightest shade in the middle, right? And now I can go ahead and tap that in to blend it. And you can put all of these shades on and then blend it. Like it's not going to get all mixed like everybody thinks. It's not that wild. And I'm just tapping this, okay? So thank you. I'll get that color match form. Should come right to you. And then I'm just tapping. So when I'm tapping this makeup, it is literally melting into my skin. Repeatedly so I don't forget. You know what's funny is that I call it explain it to me like I'm 5. Like I need you to explain this to me like I'm 5. And so that's what I try to do is break it down. So like if you've never even heard the word makeup, you have no idea what's going on. You're like, oh, okay. So notice how I am just tapping this into my skin, lightly sweeping. I'm not mashing and like doing this number, right? Just lightly sweeping. Like your skin is so delicate that if you were to press too hard, you will tear it, right? Literally took me less than 10 minutes. It does. It really, like it does not take long at all. Like you should have your makeup done in like 4 to 5 minutes flat, and then maybe a little longer if you're not in a hurry or like you have to do eyeshadow or something. So whenever you tap your makeup into your skin, you will literally get the most flawless like blend. See how I'm just lightly tapping? I'm never, not one time, bending my bristles. Never, not once. Just lightly tapping. So you see how the dark contour created this shape here, and the brightness gives me that youthful, alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic, right? So that line straight down my face, they look really crazy. My palm tree leaves and my little coconuts, whatever. And you'll notice that when I put the brightening highlight on, and I didn't shove it under here, but look how bright my face looks. If you have discoloration under your eyes and it's really dark, let me get you a color corrector that will cancel it. And then with the color correctors, use like pinpoint amounts, and it's insane. Like we're not doing the slathering with concealer thing and then trying to use this super bright color to cover up really dark circles, and we're not doing that. Okay, I have not even put on like my main foundation shade. Like neither one of these shades matches my face. I've used this color and this color. Neither one of them matches me. But look at the dimension I already have, right? It's kind of cool. And then to go in and finish my look, I'm gonna tap into that third shade. These 3 shades are the ones that I start with. So I match you to a main foundation shade and then complementary shades. And then I will help you like based on your eye color. So when you send me your selfie, when you do the color match thing, I look at your eye color, your hair color, the color at your root, your eyebrows. I look at all the things, and that's how I kind of determine like what I think would look best on you. But at the end of the day, when I color match you, stick to this shade probably, but the rest of it is totally up to you. And even this shade, if you're someone who likes a lighter look, which I don't recommend because it makes you look chalky, or you like it a little bit darker because you're a self-tan girl like me, then you can totally shade up. And sometimes I even like to match to like, when I match you to your main foundation shade, I also like to recommend the next one because summer's coming. So that's also helpful. And these are only $16. So once you as you start adding to your palette, it's really affordable to maintain. You run out of one, another one, $16. It's really easy. It's super, super cool. Okay, so now I'm going to use my same brush and I'm sweeping the top of my main highlight, my main foundation shade, and this goes everywhere that there's not other makeup. So not very much, right? So I'm just going to go here on my beard area. And if you'll notice, my makeup looks darker than my skin because number one, I'm self-tanning. So I need my makeup to match this, not this. Number two, it always looks darker before it's blended because when you blend cream makeup, it blends out much more sheer. So that's why you can't trust this dark color. Like when I color match you, a lot of people are like, this is not incorrect. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, trust me. And then they get it and they're like, oh, okay, I get it. So just trust me. I know what I'm doing. And then you like, if they allow you to like return and exchange shades, and you have like a 30-day return policy. So like, if you're not crazy about it, then you then just return it or text me and be like, hey, I need help with this or whatever. It doesn't look right. I just always forget how to do this. You know, I have full ass videos, like 15-minute long videos that show you all of this, like explain it to me like I'm 5 style. So I'll actually send that to you. Hold on. I'm going to send it to you so that you have it. And I also, when you get a color match, I also send that video because a lot of people find it really helpful. I made it like 2 years ago when I first started to kind of break it down. Okay. And then right here. So I'm putting this main foundation shade in between my contour and my brightening highlight, so only where there's not other makeup. In between my contour and my brightening highlight, so where there's not other makeup. Same thing here, right here, a little bit here, and on my beard area. So I've put this color, all of these are the same consistency. They all give coverage, okay? So this color I put here and it gave me coverage. This color I put here and it gave me coverage. This color I put everywhere else and it gave me coverage. Same brush, my 3D brush, which is, I think the 3D brush is really, it's actually our best selling like product ever on the website. But anyways, and then you just take your brush and tap your makeup into your skin. We are not dragging it along our skin to try and get it to blend in. This is not liquid, this is not paint. We are just tapping it into our skin and lightly kind of sweeping, right? So what you'll see is that the color just starts to kind of blend in and it just creates this really beautiful finish that just melts into your skin really nicely and creates this really beautiful finish. And oftentimes, even if you do your makeup wrong, which I don't know if you guys saw the video of my 10-year-old son putting on my makeup the other day that I posted. He did it like it was wackadoo. Like he needs to be in a psych ward, right? But then when I blended my makeup, it was perfect. Like it was beautiful, and it was the finish. Everything just blends so nicely with cream makeup. It's really dummy proof. So I am just tapping these colors in right where they sit. So I'm not swirly whirling and mixing everything together like chocolate milk. Just kind of tapping to blend. And this is really, really nice. It's gentle on your skin. Speaking of that, if you have sensitive skin or you're someone who's like, you have a hard time finding products that don't irritate your skin, try this makeup because it has only 11 ingredients. There's no alcohols, and it has beeswax in it, which is really healing for your skin. And I have so many sensitive skin customers who swear by it and they won't use anything else. Like they can't use anything else. So I think that's pretty cool. So I'm just lightly tapping all over just to kind of make sure everything's blended. Oh, I got some boogies. Yes, I got you. I said you color match. The color match form. So I'm just pressing everything in just to make sure it's all blended and nice and just kind of tapped in all nicely and all the things. Okay, so that's these 3 shades. So I will match you to these first. If you only want these 3 shades, you're like, that's all I want, then that's all you buy. Like if you just want 1 shade, whatever. You do not, by any stretch of the imagination, have to buy everything that I recommend for you. You do not have to buy anything that you don't want. If you don't want to buy foundation, don't buy foundation. Like just buy the contour, bronzer, whatever. This is a totally customizable makeup palette that is customized to you, your preferences, your style, your everything. So tappy tap all over. And once everything is blended in, right? So now I have my foundation. So those 3 shades make up my foundation. There is 1 layer of makeup, not several. Everything blends in really beautifully, melts into your skin. There's no cakiness. There's no, y'all gotta tell me when I got boogers, y'all. Don't let me walk around all willy-nilly with boogers hanging out my nose. Okay, so this is all blended in, right? So we're blended. We have our makeup. You can leave it there. You can throw on mascara or lip gloss or whatever and go home or go wherever. I personally like to add more dimension, and I like bronzer. So bronzer is like a warmer tone. I don't see any bats in the game. Bronzer is like a warmer tone where contour is a little bit cooler. So when I tap into my bronzer, I'm just sweeping the top of my color. I'm not digging, scraping, whatever. We're not over applying. And I'm just going to tap it on the high points of my cheek. So remember earlier I was talking about in the hollow is where your contour goes. Well, up here is where your bronzer goes. So your bronzer is going to be like the sunshine falling down on your cheek. And that's where it's going to sit, is right on top. So that's a good way to remember that. Bronzer is like a faux glow. And when the sun hits you, it falls down onto your cheek. So it's going to land on the tippy top of your cheeks, the high points of your forehead, your nose, the high point of your chin, like all the high points of your face, right? I like bronzer because I feel like it adds, see where this is like really cool and a little bit more gray? It's enhancing that cheekbone. No, so highlighter is going to be different. Highlighter has a shimmer and it's going to catch the light. I'll show you. So with the bronzer, I'm just tapping it high points of the cheekbone. But yes, highlighter does go on the high points. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry. I thought you were asking if the bronzer was the highlighter. No. So yes, same thing. The high points, but also the highlighter is like the illuminator. We'll call it illuminator because Saints all fancy with their words. The illuminator really just catches those really small lights. Can we send a selfie we've taken in the past? It's too dark. Yeah, no, you totally can. I prefer it to be makeup free and in natural light facing a window. So like if you're in the nightclub with your girls, it's probably not going to work out. And if you can, like show this area too, because I want to see it all like, you know, usually I match this area. Because a lot of us, like even if you're doing self-tanning like I do, my face is always lighter and I always have to match this area. So if you can like just show this area too, it's really helpful. But yeah, send whatever. If I need another picture, I'll just tell you. Okay, so I've added my bronzer, right? So now you see this area where it's really bright. I have my contour here, my brightening highlight here, my main foundation. Every single shade has provided coverage. The bronzer is a little bit more sheer. So bronzer is intended to be sheer because you just want the tone. You just want that warmth. You don't need coverage from the bronzer, right? So that just adds a little bit of the warmth to the face. And look at all the dimension already that I'm adding, okay? So, hey Lindsay, it's so good to see you. Okay, so the next thing is illuminator. So foundation, contour, concealer, brightening highlight, whatever. What is this one called? Bronzer. And then now illuminator. So illuminator, on the website they look really dark, but I promise they're not. So this is rose gold, and I want to show you how when you apply this to the points of your face where the light is already reflecting, you see it right there, how the light's already catching that. I just want to enhance that, so if I'm not looking directly at the light, it still shows, it still looks like, it, you know, how it's supposed to look. So right where that light is catching, I'm just, see, You can see that illuminator there. And then I like to use my fingers just because it's just easy. You can use a brush, whatever. I just like the way it looks better, but you can do it literally however you want. And I just kind of press that all over. So you see how I've just enhanced that glow a little bit? And I just kind of increased that little bit of glow. Because of the nature of the cream makeup, it already gives you a really healthy looking glow on your skin. But so it already gives you that kind of little bit of glow from within. This just enhances certain areas a little bit more. But even when you take this makeup off, because it's so hydrating, your skin, you will feel so good. Like even when you take your makeup off, your skin's gonna feel so pretty just because it's been hydrated all day. This makeup will change your skin. I think it's mainly because the beeswax and the hydration. Which hydration and exfoliation is the number one thing that a lot of us are missing in our skincare routine. Like a lot of us don't even have a skincare routine. Okay, see how I'm just enhancing those high points there? If you get a powder illuminator, they're even like more intense. Like they pack a mega punch. So if you don't like, I love the powders, but I just don't. I mean, you can use them every day, but I just personally don't. I've been curious to try this makeup. Mickey, get in here! Get color match. You literally have to do it. It's so good. This makeup is so pretty. Like oh my gosh. You'll be like, oh my, like, it just looks so pretty. I just spit. It just looks so pretty on your skin. Like you look at yourself and be like, holy crap. Like even if you I've had customers put the wrong colors on, like they mix up their concealer and their foundation. And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong. Something's wrong, but your skin looks amazing. And it always, like, I can see it because I have a trained eye, but most people probably would never even notice it. So that illuminator, I just put it on the high points, which is right down here, a little bit here, and a little bit here. So you can see I'm adding more dimension with more, we call it like, not texture, but like a little bit more glowy here, a little more matte here. So now I'm going to add my setting powder, which I can take the same brush that I've been blending with. I take the other end, put it in my setting powder, and I tap this right here. I like my setting powder here because it controls the oil and it adds a little bit more brightness and it sets your makeup right here, and it just gives you a really pretty kind of blurred finish without looking super dry. This is called Vanilla Dust setting powder. It's just a translucent powder, so it can work for pretty much any skin tone. And you just I just tap that on. So what I've done is I've mattified this bright area and made it brighter. But also it's going to control my oil and set my makeup like all day, right? Really, really pretty. Yeah, Lindsay, I really like the Vanilla Dust a lot. Same. Excuse me. I used to be a makeup artist, but I have way too many products. Girl, my makeup was a security blanket for me. It took me a year to throw it away after I didn't use it for, I got this makeup and then I didn't touch my other makeup for a year, but I couldn't get rid of it. And then finally I did, and I was like, I am free. Okay, so now I want to add some blush. I love blush because I was someone who was afraid of blush because I don't want pink cheeks. That's weird. But I noticed that when I started using the blush, I just felt a little bit more alive and awake. The pink shade illuminators. Oh, I got you. If you want, I have one of every shade. So if you guys ever need a swatch of anything, just text me and be like, hey, can you swatch this for me? This is called Saint, S-E-I-N-T. And this is a customizable makeup system. And I sell this makeup, so I help you navigate, which shades you need. And then you just build your own palette with, shade by shade, and a small, you can get a little baby palette, or you can get a bigger palette, whatever. So it's really cool. So if you want to get a color match, just comment match or say, hey girl, color match, or whatever. Say whatever you want. How's your mom and them? I don't know. Anyway, so I feel like with the cream lip and cheek colors, so these, we call them lip and cheeks because they double as lip and cheek colors. All of these shades, except for the Vanilla Dust setting powder, obviously, they're all the same consistency. So when you apply your blush or your lippy or whatever, it melts into your skin, but it doesn't sit on top of anything. It's just melty. They're all the same consistency. So they all melt together and create this really, really beautiful finish. You do not need that much. And so if you use too much, you will be sad because you'll be like, holy bananas, this is way too much. But the good thing is if you apply too much of this makeup, you just over blend it and it'll blend away and then you can try again. So I'm going to use, I like to use these two. I'm going to use pink grapefruit and a little bit of this tiger lily. And I just mix them all willy-nilly. You can do that or you cannot, but I just be swirling all willy-nilly. It's fine. I start here at the backs of my cheekbones and just do a little bit of light tapping and I build. So I start really lightly, sweet, just super light sweepies, kind of like a powder. And I just kind of tap to build. And you see little by little, you can like just kind of add that. And you can add more if you want. Definitely start lighter and back of the cheekbones and just tap. And this is not a press the brush in and swirl. We are not pulling this makeup across our skin. You are literally just tapping. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, you can just DM me, no problem. Like, when you DM me your selfie, just add your phone number and your email address so that I'll just plug you in myself. And so that way you get like, I'll do the whatever, send you all the things. Over the bronzer. Yeah, Maggie, it's really preference. I put it over the bronzer. Like once I bronze and get that warmth, then I just do the blush over it. And look how pretty it looks. Like it just kind of it's just all willy-nilly. I like that I can get everything in one palette, especially for travel. Oh my gosh, that's such a good point. When before when I had like a whole duffel bag full of makeup, we would travel somewhere, me and my husband, and I would always end up with half of his suitcase filled with just my makeup and like girly stuff. And then I started using this stuff and he's like, it just goes in my carry-on. Like it's just one simple palette brush. And he's like, I love this makeup. I'm just adding a little bit more. I'm someone who likes it to look like I'm wearing makeup. So I like to start really lightly and then add a little bit more. And so I like the look of it. This is totally preference. This is based on your preference, your style, your needs, your everything. Okay. So, let me make sure I didn't miss no comments. Okay, so if you want to get a color match, just comment match or text me or whatever. So this is my whole entire face. And this you can do, once you get the hang of it, like once you do it 2 or 3 times and you're like, oh, like I get it now, you'll like, boom, it's done. Like 3-4 minutes and you'll be like, holy crap, like that was fast and it's wild. So I'm going to add a little bit of my lip and cheek, shade on the lips. And it's fun too. Like I always mix and match the colors. I can't commit to one color. Don't judge me. Okay, so now I want to show you how fast do you get the product up to the color match. Oh, once I color match you. Usually I try to get all the color matches done by the end of my night. Like before I go to bed, I try to make sure my color matches are sent back already. And then after that, it's just we can chat if you need, or you can just purchase without my help. I'm not your mama, do whatever you want, but I am here to help if you want to. Like once I send you your color match, then you just like, you can text me back and just ask all the questions, whatever. And then it's like, once it ships out, like 2-3 days, like it's not bad. What was I going to do? Oh, okay. So if you are someone who likes eyeshadow, like I do, this is one of my bigger palettes. This is one that's like my kind of like gigantic, like if I travel, whatever. Best makeup I've ever. I'm telling you, it really is the best makeup. And like, I feel stupid saying that because like, of course I earn a commission when you buy it. So it's like, oh, you earn a commission. Of course you're going to say that. Go to my beauty group on Facebook. It's called Freedom in Beauty VIP. I do lots of tutorials. Those girls, there's 11,000 women in there and they will all tell you like unfiltered, like I just let them sell the makeup to each other because they just post all day about how beautiful they feel and they just post their pictures and I'm like, good for you. I'm just going to sit back and collect a check because y'all are just, it's the testimonials that show other people that like, these are real people that really use this makeup and just feel so beautiful, which I think that like women deserve to feel. Seriously, buy the brushes. You'll spend more buying them separately of time. So also, oh yes, the Sunshine State. When people ask me questions about the brushes, they say, well, I have my own brushes. Why do I need the Saint brushes? Here's why. At least get one brush. The quality of the brushes is no different. I'm going to be real with you. You can go to Ulta. You can get the Moda brushes from Walmart. You can get the It by Ulta, the, what do you call it? The Real Techniques or whatever. They're great brushes, great quality. It's the density of the density and volume of the bristles for this particular cream makeup. The other brushes, although I feel like they're amazing quality, I have every brush known to mankind, and every single brand, great quality. They are too soft for this makeup to give you a really good blend. So whenever you try, yeah, they really are great quality brushes. But I feel like a lot of people are like, well, I already have brushes, but then they try a Saint brush and they're like, oh, and I'm like, listen, I tell y'all every day, I'm not going to tell you I told you so. I'm not going to tell you I told you. Like, we going to know I told you so, but we don't got to say it out loud. We'll never have to admit it. So if you are someone who likes eyeshadow or you want to try eyeshadow, I'm going to do a really quick eyeshadow look. I say really quick, but we all know I talk till death, so it's fine. So I want to show you a really easy way to do eyeshadow, but I'm going to slow it down so that you can see exactly how I use my brushes to create a beautiful eyeshadow look. A lot of people say, I try to do eyeshadow, but I look like I got like beat up and I have black eyes, or as I like to say, I look like I got gangbanged by Crayola. Like, it's really bad and it's awful. So I want to show you how to apply eyeshadow, and I think it's the best way because I think it's the easiest. I think it's attainable and whatever. I have a hard time getting it all out of my brushes when I wash them. Oh yeah, well, with the regular brushes, same. I have to use like Dawn dish soap and like all these things, like I can never get them clean. But with these brushes, I'll show you after this real quick, I'll show you how to use these, the brush cleaner. The Saint brush cleaner is good because you spray it on here and it's like instant dry, antibacterial, so it's really, really beneficial. Okay, check this out. We're going to explain it to, why am I up there? We're going to explain it to me like I'm 5 with eyeshadow. I'm sorry that I'm so close. Get over it. Okay? It's fine. We're friends. Okay, so I like to start with a light base color. This is Chai. And you can use your setting powder or a light base color. This is how I like to start because our skin on our eyelids is tacky, like a little bit sticky, and the oils and all the things. So I want to mattify that because if I go in with the color I want to use, like let's say I want to use pink or red or whatever, it's going to look so patchy because it's going to catch in those sticky, tacky areas on our lids, right? So I'm creating a base for my other colors to glide onto. So I'm not doing this and like doing, I can't, like, first of all, ouch. Second of all, don't do that to your brushes. And also just don't bend your bristles. Don't bend your bristles. See, look. See, lightly sweeping. And you see, even when I'm bending them, it's only because they're bending on their own as I'm pulling it across my skin, but I'm not mashing in. So if you're lightly pressing and they're bending, that's how far they're supposed to go. We are not supposed to force our bristles to bend, not on our face, not on our eyes. And it's the best way to kind of train your hand. Okay. Don't bend your bristles. Well, we're so heavy-handed, right? A lot of us are. Okay, so now I have that base layer of color. If you were a little bit more fair, or if you're using a super bold, bright color and you want it to be bold and bright, use a setting powder. It's lighter. It will make it a little bit more bold. If you are going to a special event or a wedding or something like that, I would recommend a primer, an eyeshadow primer. I don't wear eyeshadow primer every day. I don't feel like I need it. But if you are leaving your house at 6 a.m. and you don't have a meeting until 7 and you need it to last all day, the primer, whatever. Okay, so let's do just kind of a neutral look. I know you guys really like the neutrals, but I want to show you how to use even the darkest neutrals without being scared of them. So let's go into a shade that's a little bit darker, and let's try, which one are we going to use? What's this one? This is Labyrinth. Oh, this is a good one. This is Labyrinth, and you can see it's a little bit dark. It's a little bit grayish, brownish, right? And it looks like, oh gosh, like that's just gonna be all over my face. Oh, thank you. These are Lashify. If you want the Lashify link, like my discount link for the lashes, comment. I think you have to type in lashes and it'll send you my discount link, like a setup automation. Sometimes the automations don't work, but it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to use my eyeshadow brush and lightly tap into this Labyrinth shade. See? Light, I mean, like tappy taps, okay? Like light. See? Just a little bit. It's just on the tips of my bristles. I'm not burying it or like digging in. I tap it and I blow it and it takes off any excess so that when I put this on my skin, it's not gonna like go all over the place. So I'm just, look how light, hold on. Look, this is how lightly I'm applying. I'm under the crease and I'm just lightly tapping. I'm starting on the outer corner. I'm hitting this little, what is it called? The crease, like that little bone right there, whatever. And I'm putting my eyeshadow there and just lightly, like 3 bristles are touching my skin. Like so light, right? So light. Now, when I open my eye, a lot of that color disappears because I have a hooded eye. So this hood covers a lot of this. So what you want to do is bring this color up to Jesus, okay? So Jesus up here, bring the color up onto the hood, and then you'll get the color payoff. So I'm going to take the color that's still like left over on my brush, and I'm just going to lightly sweep up, bring it up higher. You don't have to get more unless you want to add like darker later, or unless you want to build it, but just lightly sweep that up. See how I'm like, barely like boop, boop, boop. Like so light, okay? So light. So see how I brought that pigment up here, like almost all the way to the brow, and then it's super light right there. So tap on the outer corner and just tap right there, kind of on the outer half of the lid under the crease, and then start sweeping in and sweeping up. And then when you tap all the way around the edges, it kind of softens that line, right? So see, it's really nice. It's really light. And this is a nice, like, cool tone. This is going to be really pretty, right? Okay. So same thing on the other eye. We're going to, where's our thing? Right here. Boop, 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 boop. So all the excess goes away. And then lightly tap. Outer corner, like super light. Like don't bend your bristles. Like we are not bending our bristles. We are just transferring the pigment from the bristle to the skin, right? We're not painting like a paintbrush and you're bending the bristles. So we're just lightly tapping, okay? Under the crease, in this little pocket right here, this little one right there, and we're just kind of popping that bad boy in there, okay? Super light. And then I'm just bringing it up to Jesus onto the hood, because when I open my eye, the color disappears, and then what's the point? So we just bring it up here. How would you rank brushes in order of, the 3D brush is my first choice, because I feel like if someone says I can only afford one at this time, like which one should I get? It's going to be the 3D brush. Oh Lord, it's not letting me zoom out. Well, because I feel like it's the most versatile. Why can't I zoom out? Oh, there we go. I feel like it's the most versatile for like doing, if you need it to do everything, you could make this one work. Another one that I really like is the detail brush, because you can detail, like you can literally use this flat edge to do your contour. You can use this to blend. You can use this for like the lighter areas. Like it has very stiff and a little bit fluffy. So you kind of have a little bit of both. So the 3D brush, the detail brush, and then the blush and bronzer brush. Those are kind of like my favorites. Okay, so see how I used this color and I just lightly tapped, and look how pretty that is, right? It's just kind of it doesn't look super crazy. And then whenever you use like a darker shade like this, it's kind of cool to come in with a darker or equally dark or even darker shade. So we're going to use this chocolate brown shade, which I think this is cocoa. I think this is cocoa. No, it's Philly. So this is Philly, and you see how this one's like a cool gray ashy and this one's a little bit warmer. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to show you how we do this. I'm going to apply this to kind of give it a little bit of contrast. So I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to tap it on the side. So I just got it on the side, right? Like it's not the whole tip, it's just the side. Knock off any excess so that it doesn't go flying everywhere. And then same thing, when you add a darker shade on your lids, outside. Remember how we did our contour on the outside of our face and the lighter shade inside? Same thing here. So outside, we are just tapping this shade, and we're going to keep this in a smaller area. So the darker the color, the smaller and more outside the area, right? So the darker the shade, the more outer corner it needs to be, and the like smaller area. And this is the same thing here. I'm just tapping by transferring the pigment off of this brush to my lids, right? That's all I'm doing is just tapping. And then as that pigment is transferred, I'm just tapping all the way around it and just kind of creating that really, really soft line. And I'm bringing it up onto the hood, bring it up to Jesus. And I'm not even, look, I'm using like 3 bristles and I'm not even bending them. You see what I mean? And it's just a really nice way. Look, I just added a little bit of drama. So even though these colors are dark, you're not going to look crazy. And then I'll show you how to make it like really pop and not so dark. Okay, so on the side, kind of laying it on the side a little bit. Tap and blow, whatever. And then tap, tap, tap. Just transferring that pigment, like just deposit it. Boop, like just the Lacard exchange principle. If one thing touches another, it's going to leave evidence, right? We're leaving the evidence of the eyeshadow on our lid from the brush. So tap, tap, tap. Once I've deposited that color, see how it disappears? Now we just got to bring it up. So now we're just going to use what's left on our brush to kind of just lightly sweep it up. Do not bend your bristles and you will have the best eyeshadow application of your life. And you'll be like, oh, that's why she says don't bend the freaking bristles. Okay. So I basically took this shade here, Labyrinth, and then I added Philly on top. And look, it just adds a little bit of drama. There's a little bit of darkness and depth, right? And it looks kind of a little bit dark. Now let's brighten it up. Okay, so now I want to show you how to use a really pretty shimmer. Yes, even if you are older or have mature skin, you can still use shimmer. I don't know who came up with that rule, but they need to be fired from whatever job they work at because it's not true. Okay, I like to use this color called Drift, and this is one that everybody needs in their palette. You can use whatever shimmer you want, but I really, really like this one. I'm using a dense dome brush, no longer the fluffy. I want it small, I want it tight, I want to pack this pigment on. So this is my Drift. Let's be real. This is how I do it. I just do it like this. And then I need to find someone who loves me enough to let me use their address and then ship me the brushes. Where do you live? Because you can, I think there's like, can't you use like ship, like USA, what's it called? myus.com or something. Okay. Where the eye boogers are, we're going to jam this shimmer right with the eye boogers. Like they're going to play. And Guam, oh, you're far. Okay. So eye boogers, shimmer, right there with the eye boogers. Like we are just all willy-nilly with the eye boogers, okay? We're going to start there. And then I'm going to use this and sweep it up onto the lid under the crease. So I'm keeping it low and tight. We're keeping that brightness really, really low. We don't want to come all the way up like a crazy. We just want to be right here. And so you really, really heavy on the bright and then kind of sweep it up here, right? Same thing on this side. Pop it with the eye boogers. Just freaking jam it in there. Like just get it in there. And then a little bit here and then just sweep it up under the crease and just pull it up onto the lid, right? So just like our face makeup where we did the dark outside and the bright inside, the exact same with our eyeshadow. Dark outside, bright inside. And look how it kind of like brings that brightness here. Goggles. Remember, Scuba Steve is bright right here. And look, when you put on your goggles, where's the brightness, right? And then the contours out here, outside the goggles. The bronzer's right here where the goggles sit on our face. And then when you put on your goggles, it's so bright in there, right? So cool. Another reason I think everybody needs this color Drift or something similar in their palette is because when you take this color and you apply it like right here, kind of straight down your nose. It's a fun little trick for illuminator. And then maybe a little bit just right here. And then you just kind of use it to kind of make that pop and glow on your skin. This is totally preference, but I really love to use this, especially if I'm feeling lazy and like didn't do illuminator. On the Cupid's bow, just a really pretty way to give yourself a really pretty glow. So you see how I took this super dark look and just brightened it up by bringing that color inside. And then if you want to add a little bit of shimmer, let's say you want to add like this Riviera color. This is a really nice shade too. This is a little bit darker. It's a little bit more champagne-y. And I just put this kind of right here, inner half of the lid, under the crease, and add even more shimmer. Like shimmer is my favorite color, okay? Like this is what we're doing. And I use my finger because remember when we talked about like the skin being tacky with the oils, right? We're going to use that tackiness, and we're going to use that to our advantage and let it like kind of stick to the skin. So if you use a fluffy brush, you'll get a lighter, like a more sheer application. So if you want it more pigmented, use your finger to apply, and it's amazing. Look, so I use that super dark color on the outside, super bright inside, and it is gorgeous. The step with the Riviera gets me compliments every time. It's amazing. I love it. And that's how you get a really pretty eyeshadow look. And then another thing that you can do, these are all just like, you don't have to do all of this. Like do whatever you want. Like nobody's gonna like come to your house and yell at you if you don't do it the way they want. Like this is your makeup. This is your face, right? If you take, let's say we take one of these colors. I usually like to take the cooler tone. And this is the new etch brush. So Saint just came out with this brush. I don't know why it took them so long, but it's not my problem. They finally did. And it has a very sharp kind of like, see how it's very little? And I take this right here in this cooler tone. Just kind of tappy tap. Tap off the excess. So I just have a little bit here. And if you line your bottom lash line like through the lashes, right? Through the lashes, not underneath them, through them. So like dusting through those lashes, not on that waterline, but like right here through the lashes. And you can just add, look how much drama it adds. And it's just, this is a good alternative. If you're someone who has been using black eyeliner since the beginning of time and you're like, you can't get off the black eyeliner, try this and see how you like it. Like see if it makes a difference and see if you notice there's like a little, maybe you look a little more youthful, or maybe you look a little more awake or alive or whatever. Try it. Like I challenge you to try it and see what you think. And if you're someone who's never used eyeliner down here, try it and see what you think. It's really, really cool. And it just adds that little bit of drama. I don't know, it's fun. Then another thing that you can do, a lot of people ask about eyebrows. I love the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil and the Precisely My Brow. As a matter of fact, you guys, did you see my story? Benefit sent me another PR package. They sent me all the colored mascaras. So fun. Like I'm so excited to try those. So I'm like, you guys have to try them. I'm really, really excited. I'm brushing my eyebrows with the line brush. This is the line brush. It has a spoolie on the end and a flat angle brush here. I use the Benefit Goof Proof Brow products because I really, bless it. I really love their products. I feel like they really are goof proof. Like you cannot mess it up. So I kind of, yay, Lindsay, I'm so glad you tried it. I think it's really nice. I just think it's a little bit softer and you know, whatever, but at the end of the day, it's still your preference, right? So I'm going to use this cool tone like this one in my brows with the line brush. And this makes it really easy to kind of fill in. You can see where I'm kind of like gapping a little bit here. If you take a little bit of that eyeshadow, and sometimes you can even use your cream contour for this. So when I color match you to the contour, I look at like those different, like your hair color and your eyebrow color. This, you can probably use that too, but like do whatever you want. I'm not your mama. But if you take a cool tone eyeshadow, I need to use my thing. And you just kind of tap in where you need it to be, where it's a little bit sparse. You add a little bit of fullness without adding like Sharpie type eyebrows. Do you know what I mean? Like where it looks like an actual Sharpie. This is called drift. It's like, you get it. You need it. I don't, like literally you need it for everything. I don't know what to tell you. Get the drift. Do you get my drift? And so you can just use this to tap just where you need it really, really lightly. And this is a really nice trick. And then Saint also has like a brow wax that you can pop into your palette. And then you just like do the brow wax and then just like right over your eyebrows and it's fine. Same thing on the other side. So light, tappy tap. And then just kind of fill in those really kind of sparse areas. So up here. it's really cool, like all the different things that you can do with makeup. But it's one thing that I really, really love is that with everything in one compact, like I feel like it takes away the overwhelm of like a huge makeup bag. I feel like it really, really makes a huge difference. And it's just like you have a makeup bag and then you have like a bottle and a stick and a tube and a compact and then another compact with these many colors and whatever. This is just like you organize this like, okay, I put this on first. That's what goes first in my palette. And this is what I do. And you know where everything goes, which is what I'm here to help you with. So if you want to get color match, just comment match or text that number that I pinned here, whatever, do whatever you want. What is this? Oh, Riviera. So I use Drift here. This is like the whiter shade. And this is Riviera. And this one, the base color I used was Chai, but you can also use a setting powder. And then this is Labyrinth. I think Labyrinth might be out. If it's out, try Bird instead. It's very, very close. So Bird is a good one. And then this is Philly, but you can also try Cocoa. And so you see how the darkness is now on the outside, the brightness is on the inside, and you have like a full face of makeup and it's all in one palette. Like it's just so easy. It's just so fun. And the other thing that I've been like really slacking on teaching my customers is the color correction. So I'll show you guys a little bit about, I just want to show you usually I don't color correct this all the time because I'm usually like not really worried about it. Like I'm not super self-conscious about it. But for any of you who are like, I put on my makeup, but my pimples still show through, or my sunspots and age spots, or my dark under eyes, I can match you to color correctors. So use the color wheel and the color correctors and like, you know, whatever. You don't have to learn the whole thing. It's a whole big science, whatever. I can teach you what you need for your face. So if you're like, I have this mole right here, how do I cover it? I will tell you what color to use and how to apply it. And that's all you need to know. Do you earn them when you order makeup, or do you get them when ordering brushes? And Lindsay, when every makeup shade that you add to your cart earns you more palette credit, but you don't earn palette credits on brushes and other accessories. It's only the whole idea is to make the cost of the palette commensurate with, like, you know what I mean? Like get credits for the makeup you purchase. And you have to use it that time, like you can't add them up over time, which would be really nice, but whatever. I'm not the boss here. Okay, so I want to show you this line of melasma right here that still kind of shows through, and this acne scar, and this sunspot / age spot, whatever it is. Those are things that I like to cancel out sometimes because sometimes they're really noticeable in pictures. Sometimes it makes my contour look really dirty when it's really not. So I want to show you how I cancel those out. These on my face, the tannish color, like freckles, sunspots, age spots, melasma, it's usually green, right? We'd say that it's tan, but it's not, it's green. And so we want to use red to cancel that. So this is the red that I use. It's R03, reddish orange 3. And I use this brush called the spot brush. And this is how much product you use. Can you see that? You see how much, like little bitty. That's how much product you use, and that's probably even too much. And so if I wanted to correct these, I would just come in this way, and I just pinpoint the area of discoloration and lightly touch it and just eliminate just that area. I only want to solve where it's discolored. I don't want to apply my color corrector all willy-nilly all over like we do a concealer. You know how we use our concealers and we like slather it over our discoloration and we're like, yeah, that's gonna work. And then you just look chalky and it's like a whole big thing. If you use these color correctors, I'm just using the fluffy end of that brush to pick up any excess. The color correctors will like 100% cancel out that discoloration. So if you have green, I'm using red, and look, that line of melasma is gone, right? Same thing with your age spots and sunspots. They're usually green. So I'm going to use this, the shadow, sorry. I'm going to use this red, and I'm just going to tap over this area. You can use these demi color correctors under your makeup. I do it over my makeup just so I don't end up blending it off if I'm like blending my makeup too much or something. So one thing about these discolorations on our face is that oftentimes any discoloration, oftentimes it has blue in it. So that's why we want, like, usually we're going to want an orange for discoloration. So like the dark under eyes and things like that. So this age spot, which look, it's just about gone, right? Like it's totally like gone. There's two areas on this age spot, like right there and right there, that do not get diminished with the red, which tells me that those particular areas are blue, and then you need orange. So it's just the color wheel. LSU, right? LSU Tigers, like, what is it? Yellow, I'm sorry, gold, as Amanda told me. Purple and gold. So purple and yellow. Purple counts as yellow. Yellow counts as purple. Florida Gators, orange and blue. I don't sports ball, but these are the references that I know for sports ball. It has to do with makeup. And so Florida Gators, orange and blue. So orange cancels blue. Blue cancels orange. So when you use the orange on those spots of blue, gone. There they go. So it's so freaking cool. Like, it's really, really neat. You can eliminate a lot of discoloration on your face. We call them distractions. So anything that's distracting to you or you just feel like, I don't like it, cancel it out, but try your makeup first. The reason I say that is, number one, so you're not buying a product that you might not need. And number two, this makeup, a lot of these, probably 99% of these shades have color correcting properties in them. So you might get the coverage you need without a color corrector. And then if it still shows through or you need more coverage, then we can go back and color correct only the things that are like necessary. And so even though I have a lot of discoloration, by canceling just the darkest areas, it looks like it's all gone, right? So it's just a matter of like tricking the eye a little bit. Also, this acne scar up here is a little bit of violet. So I'm going to use the yellow. It's really interesting, and it's very little, like no one's going to notice that. I guess I'm just using it to like show you, but whenever you look, totally gone. It cancels out the yellow perfectly. It's gone. Done. So weird. I accidentally used this there. I thought it was a lotion and took off my son's spot. I literally put on my makeup. Oh, oh my God. That's so funny. I love it. Okay. So if you have dark under eyes, like for me, I have a little bit of blue here. I don't have enough darkness under my eyes to really like give you a good demonstration. But if you have like blue under here and you take like, for instance, our bag line, right? Like you can see a little bit of the blue. I just don't have a very lot. But if I take a little bit of the orange and just come in this bag line right there, I'm not, like you can see I'm using very, 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 very teeny tiny little, and then just pick up the excess. And look, you can see that it cancels it out like this. You can see it right here. A little bit of this blue. I'm just trying to show you, like, I would never bother canceling that. Like, it's not that noticeable to me. But if you just take that orange and cancel the blue, and there's certain areas, like right here, there's an area of blue that I use the orange for, but there's one particular area that does not, it just looks chalky when I put the orange on it, which tells me it's purple, and then I use the yellow, and bam, it's done. So it's really, really cool. So I can match you for the demi shade. So when you send me a selfie, I'll be able to look at your picture, and I'll be able to say, okay, I want to look at the shape of your face. I want to look at your age. I'm going to look at your eye color, your eye shape, your hair color, your eyebrow, like all the things. And that's how I determine like your color. Like I match over 100 women a day. So I need you to know that I'm pretty decent at this. I'm pretty, really, really good, but I am human. So if I get the shade wrong or it's not a shade you like, all we have to do is swap it out. You just got to text me and be like, yo girl, I don't like this color. And I'm like, oh no, let me see it. Like, show me what it looks like. And then I can help determine like if we need to shade up or shade down or whatever. But most people, probably 99%, I don't math, so I don't know how I'd be throwing out these percentages like 99%. I don't know where it comes from. It's just, a lot of people, most of my people, they like you can wear multiple different shades. And so it's like, it just works. Use moisturizer on your neck. Yes. Yes. Is that a question? Yep, I try one. If it doesn't look right, pick a different one. I don't see the undertones. They're all just shades of tan. No, me too. I'm not good with undertones. Like I've been doing makeup for like more than 15 years now. Don't ask me about no undertones. I don't know. It's tan. I don't know. Is it green? I don't know. No idea. Like I literally have no idea. But that's what's cool is that like you just, this makeup isn't like you go to Ulta and you're like, is this too light? Is this too dark? And then it's like light and then less light and then less light and then medium and then kind of medium and then kind of not so medium and then dark. And it's like light to dark. That's not this. This is like, don't even bother trusting the online colors. Just be like, Mackenzie, please match me because those colors look ridiculous. I put it in the suggestion box. several times to say these colors online look ridiculous. And they're like, yeah, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is what I'm here for. Just trust my color match, for the love of the lamb. Just trust my color match. So cool. And it's so easy. So you can comment match here. If anytime you comment match on any of my Instagram stuff or any of my Facebook stuff, you'll get the color match link, and then you can just submit your thing, or you can just text me directly. That is like, that phone number comes directly to me. That is my phone number for me to connect with my customers. So reach out there. If you want me to create eyeshadows for you, like an eyeshadow combo, I'm really good at that. And I hope that you use this tutorial to do, like, if you're scared of eyeshadow, try this. How do I tell if someone helping me is a PI? I'm sorry, what? How do you tell if someone helping you is a PI? Well, I'm a PI and I can help you. Is that what you're, I don't understand. Did you want to show, oh yeah, brush cleaning. Thank you so much for reminding me, squirrel. Okay, so I'll show you real quick. So the Saint Brush Cleanser is instant dry. You spray your brush, you do the swirly swirl on the microfiber, and then it's dry instantly, ready to go. Within like 3 seconds, it's done, ready to go, and it's antibacterial. Yes. Yes, what? Yeah, I don't get it. Head feather mistress. I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Mackenzie helped me with an eyeshadow look for a photo shoot, and it was, well, you looked amazing. Oxidation, does it turn orange? Nope. It doesn't, this does not have those ingredients. This just has like the basic ingredients. Just put it on your face. It doesn't settle. It doesn't do the oxidation. I know what you're talking about, but no. You'll be really happy with it. And it's like, you'll see that it just moves with your skin all day. Like, it doesn't change consistency or whatever. Like, it's just there and it's pretty. It doesn't do the changey thing. Okay, let me show you this brush cleaner real quick. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This stuff ain't cheap. It's like $32. And I mean, it'll last you a long time, but like, and it's really, really great for your skin. This is, I think this is better than the Cinema Secrets. The Cinema Secrets is the one that they use like in Hollywood. Like, this is like, that's professional stuff, right? This stuff, number one, it smells a little bit better. And it's worth it. Like, I feel like you get what you pay for. I feel like it's worth it. I do not know an alternative to this besides the Cinema Secrets, which is also a little bit pricey. I do not know an alternative to this that is good. Like, I've tried the It by Ulta makeup brush spray stuff. It didn't really work that well. If you try them side by side, you'll be like, yeah, I agree with you. So it's worth it if you ask me. You spray your brush. So see how all that makeup is on there? And you just kind of spray it all over. Just kind of get it all willy-nilly. And then you take your brush like this on the microfiber. And you do, I did too much. And you swirly whirl. Or just a swirly whirling all over. And see, it's picking up that foundation off of your brush. And because this makeup isn't like really cakey or creamy, like it's a cream, but it's not like really heavy. It doesn't get super down deep into the bristles. So just sweeping really lightly like that it'll get it all up. See what I mean? It just cleans your brush really nicely, and then it's instant dry. So, and it's antibacterial. So now it's ready to go on your face like instantly. And this is a great way if you're someone who has sensitive skin, or you're someone who breaks out a lot, or whatever, this will help because it keeps away kind of the bacteria or whatever. So try that. And then I want to show you when I applied my makeup. Remember how I was digging this smudge brush into my makeup? I'll clean this one. Watch, it's really cool. Take this little guy and you just like spray it. Whatever. That's probably too much. Mackenzie, stop it. And then just swirly whirl, swirly. We're getting it clean. And then you just kind of swirly whirl everything off of it, and then you have a clean brush. It's not super cakey. I need a little bit more in the middle. Hold on. Then just swirly whirl some more. And then it's just really nice, clean. See what I mean? And that's the cream makeup. Like, when I first heard of cream makeup, I was like, I don't want to do cream makeup. That's gross. But it's actually really good. Like, I was really pleasantly surprised with Saint. I thought it was the dumbest shit ever. Sorry my language. I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. I was like, these girls are so stupid. They look like idiots, and I have to try this makeup because it's so stupid. And then, well, here we are. all that makeup, all that cream, and I just sprayed it. And then we just do a little swirlies on the microfiber. And it's really cool. This makeup is so fun. You guys, you'll love it, especially if you're like any amount of OCD or you just like Tetris. I like organizing my palette. I like getting the new colors. And then whenever your makeup comes, it comes with your palette by itself and then your brush in a little cute little package. And then your makeup comes in little like magnetic pans like this. And so it has the name of the shade and it has the ingredients on the back. And it's just like you slide it out and you just pop it into your palette. And then you have these really pretty lids. And they're just like, these were created because they wanted to create something that was like sustainable. Like that, they wanted to create something pretty so that people wouldn't want to throw it away. And so I took a bunch of them and shoved them in my clear lamp. And so now I have a lamp with like Saint 10s in it. And I also have, I don't know if you guys can see these, it's probably blurry, but my Saint like rank awards or whatever. And then I took the 10s and just put them all around the frame with my certificate or whatever. And so I just decorated with them, but it's whatever. Okay, so clean the brushes. So definitely get the brush cleaner. Like if you want to maintain the integrity of your brushes, keep the cooties off your face. Like that's a great way to do it. It works really, really well. And then, yeah, that's it. Oh, my eyeshadow brush. Hold on, I gotta get the eyeshadows. This is, the eyeshadow is a little bit easier because it's like a powdery, and then get the drift off of that end. Super easy. Swirly swirl. Saint has microfibers. I personally think they're a little bit pricey, but it's the Saint that you're paying for, I guess. I got these cute little pink ones on Amazon. They're so easy. Just get whatever you want. The Saint, if you get the Saint skincare collection, it comes with the microfibers, but like, and they're a little bit softer than these. The Saint ones are real soft. These are a little less soft, but it does the trick. It's fine. You can use a puppy pad for all I care. See? It just gets really clean. It's really nice. And it's just a great way to kind of keep your brushes clean and, like, I don't know, keep the cooties away. And then you put your brushes back in the little thing, and then you're good to go. Like, everything's clean and antibacterialized and all the stuff. So, again, try this makeup if you haven't. I need you to trust me. And here's why. I cannot, like, for the life of me, like, I experienced my whole life being ridiculed for being ugly and being fat and all these things people told me. And once I started using this makeup, I started coming out of my shell because I feel like I found a way to, number one, enhance my natural beauty, but number two, coming out of a surveillance vehicle into like actually communicating with people. And the women that have told me I've never felt so beautiful is literally the most rewarding thing. Just like when I do someone's makeup, like they come over, I do their makeup on like a wedding or a prom or whatever. And whenever you get your makeup done, what do? You look in the mirror, you take selfies, you video chat your mama and your friends and your husband and whoever will listen. You're like, look, my makeup is so pretty. And they always say when they get home and after the event, they take their makeup off. They're like, gosh, I wish you could just come to my house every day and do my makeup. I feel so beautiful. And then I had to take my makeup off. And I feel like this product that Kara Brooke created, she invented this when she's like 10. I don't know how, because I was eating boogers when I was 10. Literally, I was eating boogers and she was inventing makeup. There are clearly, we are not the same, but it's fine. Anyway, so she invented this makeup when she's 10. So she's like obviously perfected it in the last 20 something, 30 years, whatever. But I feel like this is totally different. And a lot of people say, like, they're like, oh, why doesn't Saint come out with this? Or why doesn't Saint come out with like lipsticks or whatever? The whole idea is Kara wanted this to be different. So when you say, well, this company has a BB cream, why can't Saint have a BB cream? Because Saint is not like, if it can't be better or 100% more novel than another product, she doesn't want to do it. And I don't blame her. Like, I can't, that's her whole thing. The same thing with Sephora. Like, Sephora wanted this makeup in their stores and they said, listen, we can take your ingredients and we can make them for much cheaper and sell it for way more. But we're going to have to change like the formula or whatever. And she says, I don't want to I don't want to change the integrity of my formula. Like, this is my formula. I love it. I took out like a big loan from her uncle or something. It was like 125 grand or something like that. And she took out this loan to create this makeup, right? And so Sephora says, listen, we can make a lot of money on this. She goes, F your money. This is my baby. This is my formula. I ain't changing it. So she tells Sephora no. How you gonna tell Sephora no? You don't tell Sephora no. If Sephora says you jump, you say how high. Not her. She said, I'm not doing it. And so then, like, that's how the whole direct sales thing came about, because she was like, man, what are we going to do? Like, I spent all this, I borrowed all this money so I can create this product, and, you know, I'm telling Sephora no, and then they were like, okay, well, then we don't want you. And she's like, all right, deuces. And she's like, peace out, right? And so she's like, what are we going to do? I don't know what to do, but I don't want to, I don't want to lose, like, I want to keep my makeup exactly how it is. And so then her sister talking, and she's like, hey girl, and she's like, I'm really sad because I don't know what to do. And so her sister's like, why don't you do like direct sales? And Kara Brooks says, I'm not doing pyramid scheme. Like, that's so stupid. That's gross. I'm not doing that, whatever. And her sister says, dude, like, you literally own the company. You can do literally whatever you want. Like, make your own rules. Do whatever you want. Like, it's your company. It's your whatever. And so she did. She created the artist program. So it was like e-commerce in like 2013. And then in 2017, I always forget it was 16 or 17. In 2017, she says, we're going to create the artist program. So some of the girls that were already loving the makeup, she's like, listen, we're going to start this artist program. Y'all start selling this and start recruiting other girls to sell it. And then I don't need to be in the store. Y'all can be the store. And she said, but we ain't going to make it all nasty. And we're not going to do this pyramid scheme crap. Like, we're going to do this the right way. So that's when she said, we're not doing this whole thing where, like, you have to sell us a minimum amount, and we're not doing this whole thing where the customers have to, like, be a member. Like, we're not doing that. We're just taking all that out. And so that's when she was like, this is like a retail store. You go to Saint, you get a color match by the professional or the artist or whoever is familiar with the makeup, right? I'll give you a commission if you sell this product, and it's your job to, like, learn it, teach your customers how to use it, which you can't get that service at Sephora, but whatever. And teach them all the things. And also, by the way, like, make some friends while you're at it. Like, praise the Lord for my customers. Like, they're the best friends I've ever had. And so anyway, so she creates this program, and so now it's like really cool. So now it's a bunch of women, which, by the way, there's like 22,000 artists, right? Which is not very many. Mary Kay, I think, from the last I heard, Mary Kay has like 4.5 million reps, right? So it's a little bit, it's a saturated market, right? Saint's not that saturated. And out of those like 22,000 or however many artists, guess how many are actually like selling this makeup, like legitimately like working the business or whatever? About 3,000. 3,000 people out of the US and Canada. And then later on this year, we'll be expanding to UK and Australia, and then next year in Mexico. So this makeup's going places. So the point I'm making is that, like, this is not your run-of-the-mill makeup. This is not your run-of-the-mill company. This is different. This is so different in every way. All the makeup that you're used to, like, throw it out. Get rid of it. It is drying your skin. It is like doing all the things. This makeup just sits real pretty in your skin. It melts really nicely, and it just creates so much confidence in these women, because now it's easy and it's not like the other makeup. So like you have, I'm not blasting any other makeup, but like Pharmacy, Mary Kay, and like Celeste, like all these other makeup companies, and they have all these products. They all have the same products. Like, you know what I mean? They all have a BB cream. They all have the lipsticks, and they all have this. Saint doesn't. Saint is very, if you look at the website, it's very clean, it's crisp, it's basic, it's simple. There's not all these different products and all these different things. It's simple. It's all in one. It's basic. And so everybody who's like, they need more products, like, you can get those products anywhere, right? Unless we can make it better, she ain't having it. And I don't blame her. So I think it's kind of cool. I think it's novel. I think it's neat. And I think it's trendy, which is why it's like viral for the last couple years, because it is trendy. But I also think it's really cool. And so it's a really cool environment. So if you, speaking of the artist program, if you want to sell this makeup, or you want to like sign up as an artist, whatever, just, you can comment artist on anything, and I think it'll automatically send you like some artist info. But I think it's really cool that, like, there's now a way to connect with women and actually teach them an easy makeup that's all in one. So cool. I love it. And all the palettes are all pretty and I just love it so much. It makes me feel really pretty, and so I enjoy sharing that with you guys. Anyway, so, okay, if you have any questions, or if you want to get color match, comment match, or text me, or do all the things, or whatever, or don't, and then just keep watching, and then eventually, whenever you're ready, just get a color match, whatever. But I will help you build your palette. I will teach you how to use your makeup. I will stay connected with you, and we can text, and we can, like do all the things. Lindsay, it's so good to see you, too. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really enjoy chatting with you guys. I talk too much. It's fine. You can hang up if you want to, like anytime. I'm not holding you here hostage. Anyways, okay. I love you guys. Have a good night.